IVM.
Hey guys, even though Elon Musk is trying to turn everyone into robots, you'll be happy to know that very real human beings work at IVM Podcast, and some of them are even cool. How do I know? Well, listen to their own podcast, IVM Likes, where they recommend what they are listening to, watching, or reading. Catch IVM Likes every Monday on iTunes, Stitcher, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. And may I recommend the IVM Podcasts app. Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of the Geek Fruit Podcast. And before we say anything about what happened last week, which was nothing, we'll just get right into the next episode. So today's episode has our producer Janam with us. Hi.
Hi, Tejas.
Hi, what's up? And we got Jishnu. What's up?
Hello.
So today's is a really quick episode. We're gonna just dive right into it. What are we doing, Jishnu?
You say it.
We're doing a preview of the summer movies that are coming out in the summer, which is not very far along. I think we're in it.
Well done.
Yeah. And we're going to be doing it by reviewing the trailers and spending no more than how many minutes?
Three of them.
3 of the minutes to discuss each trailer. We have about 10 movies, which you will find out as we go along. Is that right, Janam?
Yep.
What else do we have in terms of sound effects, Janam?
We have...
What? Oh. Okay.
What is that for?
That's for the timer.
Is
Every time you
that
finish.
to signal the end? Because that makes me feel like I want to start.
Start, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Okay.
you said you wanted to wrap this up in 60 seconds. You're 10
60
seconds over.
seconds.
Let's
Okay,
go.
cool. Let's go.
Should we just rattle off the list we're going to get into? Because I feel like people should know
Sure,
what
okay,
they're in for.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
So I have a handy-dandy list. This is, again, for the summer. So that means from late April, because Avengers got moved up, late April till August, September-ish. So we have Avengers Infinity War, Solo, Deadpool 2, Incredibles 2, Ready Player 1, Jurassic World 2, Pacific Rim 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ocean's 8, Skyscraper, and Mission Impossible 179.
Wow, so out of all of these, there are maybe, 2 of them which are original movies and not sequels or part of big franchises?
Exactly.
Wow, well, that's a shame. Anyway, let's get into it. What do we have first, starting in 3, 2, 1?
Avengers.
Okay, Avengers Infinity War.
So it's a thing.
Yeah, the new trailer's actually dropping today.
Which is very unfortunate.
It's fine. We're not going to
Not
watch
that
that trailer.
unfortunate. Yeah, I don't want it.
We're
This
good.
close, this
We're
far
so
out,
close.
we are T-minus something days above the number 50.
Yeah.
Away from, below the number 50.
Yeah, below.
It's like 5 weeks away.
Yeah.
So this is wholly unnecessary, but that's what people do now. The best part is they're going to play a teaser for the trailer before the
Trailer is out.
trailer is out.
What?
Right? It's going to... That's the thing now, right? They Inception
Like
trailers.
right now, you're saying today.
Yeah, it's gonna play like that 5 second like.
I hate that.
And then the trailer.
I hate it.
I have no idea why.
I hate it.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Because it's just like people are becoming dumber. That's it.
You need to be teased for something you're gonna see in 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a tease.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
It's foreplay.
It's not even.
It's not even.
Yeah.
It's just rude. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I mean, nothing to say. We're super hyped. What's there to say?
Are you super hyped about this film, by the way?
Yes. God damn it.
I'm hyped, but like, it's weird. It's like when there's so much hype, I'm like, maybe when I get closer to the date, I'll definitely be hyped. Janam,
Janam,
what
what
do
are your
you think?
thoughts? I don't know where you fall in the
Are you a
MCU
fan?
spectrum.
Are you a fan of
I've seen Age of Ultron and the one before
original
that.
Avengers?
Yeah. So
And
Have you
nothing-
seen
and
all
nothing
the,
in between?
Have you seen all the?
no, I watched Black Panther and I watched.
How many
Yeah.
have you not watched? Have you not watched any?
I
of
haven't
them?
watched Thor and
Any of the
The
Thors
new-
or just Ragnarok?
any of the Thors.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
They're all average.
Well, the last one was above average.
A little above average, yes.
yeah,
Okay.
So
Alright.
I'm excited for the whole cast coming together. Like you see Doctor Strange and Black Panther and all
Well,
of
that is
them.
cool.
But
That
I mean,
is-
but
yeah.
at this point,
Interesting.
watching the whole cast come together, you're watching the cast come together and being introduced to a new guy who's been around for a minute and a half.
Oh god, yeah.
So I mean, no, I'm talking about Thor. I'm like, if she, she hasn't seen Thor, this is going to be interesting because he's in a really.
No, she has time. She has 5 weeks to watch all the
bizarre
other
space.
movies.
Actually, wait, then again, you have seen Thor, right? You've seen Thor in the Avengers
Yeah,
movies. So
but I
you-
haven't watched the exclusive Thor movies.
So all you know about the guy, if I'm not wrong,
is the hammer.
all you know is that the dude shows up when he feels like it. He has a hammer.
which
and
only
he will
he can
use
lift.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's
That's
enough
it.
to go
That's
on. I
it.
mean,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's
except
fine.
that just now all you need
Now
to
he
know
has
he's in
values.
space.
Now he has values.
He's lost in space as opposed to knowing where he's going in space.
Actually, you should watch the last one. I think it'll make the because there's
Yeah.
an important part of
She
how
should watch
he
all
meets.
of it because I think Loki's going to be a big part of this one, right?
Yeah, she
Like-
saw Loki in Avengers.
Yeah, but you didn't see the Loki arc though. Loki
That's
was just
true.
like a bad guy, like he just shows up, but like
He's
there's a good
great.
reason.
He's my favorite.
Yeah, he's a great
He's my
villain.
favorite MCU villain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I think
there
so.
you go.
All right, cool.
Cool.
So Avengers, we're all excited. I think this one's a no-brainer. Everybody's going to watch it, despite our our recommendations, which are saying go watch the movie.
Do you want to place bets?
if-
Biggest opening of
Yeah,
the
I
year?
think it should be the biggest opening of all time. I think only because they've done something unprecedented, and also with inflation over time, this is probably going to be it's without adjusting for
because
inflation.
of economics.
Yeah, because of
you're
economics.
right.
Yeah, it
You're
will
right.
probably be the biggest. Okay, cool.
That's-
Okay.
Yeah, that's-
Well, that was 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, not bad. Okay, we did well. We did well. Okay, cool. Next,
Solo.
Solo.
Just skip.
Why?
What do you want to say?
I'm so excited.
Bus. Now we know.
You've not
I mean,
seen- you've
no,
not
of course
seen-
I've seen it, but like, there's nothing to add.
No, there is stuff to add.
What do you wanna
No,
add?
I just wanted to say that
We don't talk about this.
when this idea for this movie came out, I was just like, why? We don't need this. It's impossible.
Yeah.
I can't
Oh.
believe we're living in a world that we're going to watch a Han Solo movie without Harrison Ford. And having said that, with all the things that went down in production, the director is leaving, getting fired, whatever, Ron Howard kind of coming back for it. I saw the trailer and I really liked it.
Yeah.
And I'm really on board, weirdly enough. It's like a strange feeling because I didn't want to see this movie. I didn't think it was required. And man, this guy is cool. I like him. I like the guy. What's his name?
Aaron.
Aaron Ehrenreich. Alden Ehrenreich. Got it.
Yeah. It looks cool. Have
I'm
you seen
excited.
it, Janam?
Yeah, I watched the trailer. So another thing I really found interesting in the trailer was the name of the movie itself. It's just Solo. There's no Han in front of it. So they might give a backstory as to how his name was probably something else, but he got named Han.
That's cool.
See what I did?
Nice, got it. No, that's cool. I didn't think about that.
I assumed it was because now Ron Howard's directing it. He's like, guys, I always just have single names for all my movies.
That's not true.
For
Wait.
most of them. These days, movies that are not part of giant franchises, like the one-offs, I think, for the most part, are just like one, max two.
But it's
two
called
words.
Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah, that's the colon. Everything after the colon is
Is the
whatever.
semicolon.
It's forgettable.
Alright.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
What was I gonna say?
So Solo is great. I am excited. They did come up. Actually, Disney's been caught right now for 2 big design infringements. So one was in Black Panther, the music video. They used like this huge artscape in one of their set designs, and it's been directly ripped off.
Music
from-
video
in
for All the Stars?
All the Stars, yeah.
Oh.
And it got directly ripped off without. So they're in the middle of a lawsuit. And again, in this Solo. The movie posters, I don't know if you've seen them, those are nice little colorful posters which are out, are like direct rip-offs of this French jazz movie which came out a couple of years ago. So they're right now in the middle of 2 big lawsuits for
Whoa.
design infringements, which I'm quite surprised that they can just hire anybody they want to
They
do
could just
whatever.
buy the guy who's suing them.
Exactly, they could, and they probably
Yeah,
will,
exactly.
So I'm just surprised. But those, so that's the only news I've really heard about it, apart from the whole debacle with, the directors leaving. But I'm excited.
Which was ages ago. And
It was ages ago.
I love that it's been so quiet.
Yeah. No, they've just Ron Howard just
Are
killing
they going to
it,
do
yeah.
another one? Another trailer? Before the fact?
Oh, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
right.
Of course, all the TV spots will come out as well and then all that. Yeah, it's fine. It's not for us. It's fine. Okay, cool. So we made it well within time for this next one.
Yeah, there was,
Yeah.
There's no rule. Got it.
That was the
Okay.
most unenthused air horn I've ever heard. Wow.
Okay. All right, cool. So what's next?
Okay. Deadpool 2.
I have no thoughts on this, to be honest.
You don't remember seeing it, do you?
I don't remember seeing it. I didn't enjoy. I mean, the first movie was so okay for me. Like I enjoyed while watching it, and then after that, immediately removed itself from my brain. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm
though?
with you.
Why? What did we say when we watched the movie?
It was for me. It was more. There was just fascination of the fact that they were allowed to go as balls to the wall as they do.
Correct. Yeah.
But the story itself, at its
That's it,
core,
isn't
is
it?
just fine. So it's just like the characters, the story, and everything around that mini universe, if you
Yeah.
will, within the X-Men verse, was perfectly okay. And it was just the flash of seeing him, break fourth walls and say the stuff he does and do the things he does. But it was just
Yeah.
I can't tell you a single thing about the movie other than there's a guy who has an accident. He becomes this mutant superhero kind of thing, and he.
I mean, does Deadpool have to be
has
any more than
funny
that?
one-liners. I mean, no, exactly. It doesn't have to be, but it really
Could it be?
be.
Could it be?
It
I suppose
could be.
anyway.
So
it's the same problem I guess we have with at least I have with Thor Ragnarok. All the really funny superhero films are great to watch in the theater, and they're excellent to watch, and you enjoy them.
Mm-hmm.
But they just leave almost no lasting impression. Like if the story is not deep, if it doesn't have the substance, I won't remember it. Like that's why Winter Soldier is probably one of my favorite movies, because I don't know, that and Civil War, because it doesn't have too many jokes. It does, where it does, it nails it, but it has so much substance and depth that I can't not think about the themes and the philosophy. And similarly, Black Panther is got that vibe at least.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the story a lot more. And Deadpool, I just don't remember the beats of it. Like I can't tell you.
The only thing I'm
Yeah.
excited for is the fact that there is likely to be some time travel play, and that is the big speculation for Infinity
let's
War.
talk about that.
Right? So with Cable coming in and all the fun stuff he does with time, or you would assume he does,
Yeah.
that could tie in some loose, weird way to what's going on with Infinity War.
Or what, do you think they'll reference Infinity War in Deadpool? Because they're not part
I
of the same
wouldn't-
franchise.
I mean-
They're not part of the same. One is Disney, one's Fox.
Right, but
So-
I feel like it's not impossible for
Deadpool, yeah,
as
sure.
just like a random throwaway line,
that would
but
be
a throwaway
funny.
line which he acknowledges that now the game has changed, right? Because
Yeah.
that's what Infinity War is all about, and all the set leaks and all that about Infinity War
since-
are talking about how have we talked about the Back to the Future theory?
Uh,
So there's a fan theory out there regarding Infinity War, and in that they've seen a lot of photos, mild spoilers potentially, just heads up. They've seen set photos of the guys wearing the same suits as they did in Avengers 1 in the Battle of New York.
I didn't need to know
And-
this.
So that could be any number of things, and so one theory is, the time gem
I don't know.
is
I hope,
a way to
I
mess with
don't-
things.
Okay,
So
all right. Okay, cool,
that's-
interesting.
yeah.
I love it. Whoa, what was that?
There was a duck quacking.
Is it done? Are we done?
Yeah, 3
Whoa.
minutes around.
Wait,
Okay,
play
cool.
that again. That was not a duck quacking.
Oh god, that's
That
like
was,
a duck
that was death.
fused with a lion.
That was
anyway.
death.
I think Deadpool 2 would be is all the better for adding Cable to it. I like Cable in the comics. He's cool. I hope they reference it. Yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna go in for the laughs, man, for this one.
Look,
yeah.
the fact that it's Brolin in Avengers and in Deadpool, it's just asking for him to
Yeah,
mess with
definitely.
it. So
Yeah, yeah.
we'll see.
Good point.
Anywho, we've gone over time. All right,
Next.
Incredibles 2.
Huge fan of the
Let
original.
me
Yeah.
state my piece.
Go for it.
I have not seen Incredibles 1.
Wow.
Whoa!
Neither have
Wait,
I.
what? What?
Wait, neither have I,
Let's
thank God.
keep our shirts on. I've not seen Incredibles.
Jesus.
I've not seen Incredibles 1.
Okay.
I have therefore not seen the trailer for Incredibles 2.
Okay.
I will do both in a timely fashion.
Of course.
When the second one comes
How
out.
did you not watch the first? It's like it's a landmark film in superhero films, I'd say. It truly is, because they've done something with that genre. They did something with the genre which we hadn't seen before, so it was quite interesting. You don't know what the story's about.
I would look forward to
Yeah.
my 4
Jana,
hours
you've seen
of
it?
screening.
You've seen
No,
the-
I didn't.
You
I
have not
was-
seen the original?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what? What was that? Like, you were just giving me shade. Like,
Yeah,
30
you gave
seconds
me
I
so
ago.
wasn't giving you shit. I was like, wow, thank God, even I haven't seen it.
Oh,
wow.
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Ignorance is bliss.
It's an amazing movie. The original movie, you think it's. I mean, if you just see all the posters and you see everything, you think it's a superhero film. And while it is, it's really about the mundanity of superheroes after they retire and trying to raise a family. Like that's what the movie's about, and it's amazing. Like
But
the original.
they're still dressed as two superheroes.
So the whole point is, so basically in the movie, it's actually taken a lift off the movie, of the series Watchmen. So basically in Watchmen, how superheroes are forced to retire.
Right.
Very similarly, that's the premise of the original of the Incredibles. Right. And after they retire, they get really bored because they have all these gifts, but they have to take care of their family, and that's the story. It's like, how do you balance your family and your superhero life? It's really funny, and it's really good. And it's actually a really well written movie. So everybody was asking for a sequel, and now they've come back like so many years later, and there's
So,
no time jump.
Are you excited by the trailer, or are you just excited that there's another one?
What
are your thoughts on the trailer, in fact?
I thought, the trailer's fine. I didn't think it was like, it didn't grab me as much as the original did. But the thing about the first movie is first movie is perfect. There didn't need to be a sequel.
Okay.
Okay, everybody wanted a sequel because it was so good, but you really didn't need one because it's a very complete story, start to finish, and it's done. It's kind of like Westworld. You don't need a second season for Westworld. Like it's done, but we have one. And Brad Bird said, the director of Brad Bird, he said that I won't make another one until I think the story is good enough, and which is why it's been like maybe 10 years or more than that.
Think, right?
Way more than that. And so if they've taken so long, the story better be like amazing, and it should be, because they don't greenlight anything at Pixar without it being like of a certain quality. So excited about that. Yeah, definitely excited, and especially since Pixar is back on a really good run. Man, Coco last year was like one of the best movies I've seen. It's just super, like, it's amazing. It's great. Fantastic animated, and they won Best Picture at the Oscars.
How many Oscar movies have you seen actually?
Quite a few.
I realized that I just don't see any Oscar movies anymore.
Some of them are good.
Like I'm still catching up with last year.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay.
That was
a cow. Obviously,
yes.
Quite obviously.
You never know. You never know.
Okay.
Cool.
Man.
Moving swiftly forward.
Let's move on.
Jurassic World 2.
So don't give a damn
What?
about this in any
But the Malcolm
shape
is
or
back.
form. That's probably the only reason why I will watch this movie, and I will watch this movie. Yeah. Remember we watched Jurassic World just before we started Geek Fruit?
Yeah,
remember?
fun tidbit.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever heard that episode.
Nobody
ever will. Nobody ever will. But Jurassic World was the very first thing we ever tried recording a podcast for.
Yeah.
And it was.
And remember how I enjoyed that movie, like, for whatever
fun,
it was.
That's all.
But like over time, what is it that happens? When you watch a movie, you get excited, and then over time, it's like, remember when we did The Flash, okay? And we finished season 2, and we were like, wow, it's so dope. Like, we were so excited. And then season 3, the trailer came out, and we were like, we're doing this again? No, thank you.
Same with Gotham.
Yeah. I think that's how I feel about Jurassic World 2. I'm just like, oh, okay.
But the weird thing, which has me vaguely curious, though, is that the fact that in all press junkets they're talking about how this director is like really trying something new.
Who is the director?
Some new guy.
Okay.
Janam, would you
Yep.
look
She
that
will.
up for us? She will, indeed. Some new guy who I don't know much about.
It's not Colin Trevorrow.
No, God no. It's some random guy, and
J.A. Bayona.
Wow.
Exactly
He's a Spanish film director.
what she said.
Oh, the Spaniards are in.
They're popular these
He's
days.
best known for directing the 2007 horror film The Orphanage.
Oh, okay. No, The Orphanage or The Orphan?
The Orphanage.
Okay,
I'll
And,
be confused with all of it.
and the 2012 drama film The Impossible.
Oh, The Impossible. I've seen that. It's Ewan McGregor, Naomi Watts. Nice. All right. I'll dig it. It's about
But
the tsunami, yeah.
Anywho, so more dinosaurs than ever before. I thought Lost World had plenty of dinosaurs. They don't need any more than that.
Okay.
But either way, it's
Quickly,
just
Jishnu.
Malcolm and Pratt. I want to see them riff off each other because one of my biggest problems with Ragnarok was that there wasn't enough just Goldbluminess. And I like. Have you seen like
It was peak Goldblum.
It was peak Goldblum, but
Yeah.
not enough.
Not
that
en- I mean, there's
that
never enough.
mattered. You know what I mean? Like his role was just like
It was throwaway.
right?
Yeah.
And so like now I'm excited to see him as Malcolm, who's going to
Yeah.
be pivotal,
Yeah.
riffing with Chris Pratt. That's
Yeah.
going to be great to see.
An
So-
eccentric
Yeah.
Goldblum. At least he has, like in the original, I mean, one of the best lines in the whole film was about this whole chaos theory thing, and
Yeah.
I love that character.
No, the
It's
best
great.
line is. It's a line.
It's just a line.
It's a line.
Anyway, but coming back to this, just quickly tell me. I feel like in the 4 movies that have come out, 4?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've explored everything very like possible with these dinosaurs in many ways. Like they rebuilt the park, but then they get lost in the city. They go back to demolished.
B.
Isla Sorna. That's the name of the island. So they've done all the good ideas. They brought back Sam Neill. They've done all of it. I'm just like, okay, you just retire it now. Like this should be the last one, and they should have a really good idea for it, and then just close it.
I actually agree with that. And I wasn't impressed with the first Jurassic World trailer also that came out, which is why I didn't bother watching the movie.
So you've not seen the original Jurassic World?
I have seen Jurassic Park.
That's
Yeah.
a classic. It
Yeah.
still holds up.
Best film
Yeah,
of all
but
time.
I like after watching that, I saw the trailer and I was like, no, this doesn't live up to. It's
Yeah.
sort of like, it reminds me of Jumanji, as like we watched it as kids, but the remake didn't really.
Yeah, I know. I completely agree. And it's weird. A franchise like Jurassic Park, which I love probably as much as Aliens, right? If a new Aliens movie comes out, I'll watch it like just eyes closed. But this one, for some reason, is not capturing my imagination.
The one thing that kind of threw me, a big reason why I'm excited. Well then, I guess you'll never know. You will never know the big reason.
That was Jishnu.
Oh my God.
So,
What a tease.
all right. Next up is Pacific Rim 2 Uprising. I will say this. I watched the trailer like 5 minutes before we started this, right? 2 things. I know you love the first one. The only reason I watched the first movie was because my old roommate was really. I was at his house for Christmas.
Yeah.
And we were just bored one day, and so we watched like a Tribbles episode from Star Trek, and then he insisted we watch Pacific Rim.
Right.
And I said, this looks like Transformers, but better. He's like, yes, exactly. It's amazing. And then we watched it, and I was like, all right, it was fun, but I don't remember a damn thing about it. And then I watched this trailer.
Yeah.
And exact same sentiments.
All right.
Basically.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
Transformers, but cooler.
I think Jana, have you seen Pacific Rim?
No.
Okay. So it's like the movies by obviously one of our favorites, Guillermo, directed it.
Wait, no, before you explain.
Yes.
John, you have seen the trailer though for it.
No.
Back
But
to you, Tejas.
I did watch Guillermo del Toro's Shape of Water.
Yeah. That's a good movie.
Okay, so based on Shape of Water, what do you think? How do you think Pacific Rim 2 is going to
It's
turn
He's
out?
not
quite
directing
different.
it though.
Yeah, he is.
He's not directing it.
No?
He's just the producer. Yeah.
Oh wait, he was the director of the first part.
He directed Pacific Rim, and Pacific Rim is like an ode to like classic anime, right? Kaiju versus robots, and it's done that in a really interesting. Like he's built a universe. It's a great action film. There's no like depth, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for when they go underwater. But
now play that fart sound again.
No, but I really enjoyed the first one. It surprisingly has great rewatch value. You know, it's not the kind of movie that it's like Ant-Man. Like you can watch it again and again. Again, it's for kicks, but it's fun. You know, there's like some really good moments in the movie, like some good fight scenes.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was great. It was
and really well.
cool
Yeah,
and
it's quite a beautiful film. Actually, the art direction is really nice. And so for the second movie, I'm just like, I'm okay because I saw the first one. I got what I wanted.
Yeah.
Similarly, I don't think I needed a sequel. But it's got John Boyega. He's a boy now.
His first line, one of the first lines in the trailer was something about somebody saying, "All right, you're the pilot now." I was like, "Oh wow, he's upgraded."
Oh yeah, he's the pilot. And here's the other thing. Okay, the first movie. Another reason why I love it is because of Idris, obviously, right? So I love Idris Elba, and
I forgot he was in it.
he's the greatest.
I can't remember about that movie.
He's so
now.
Idris Elba. Oh my god,
I know I'm in the
great.
minority, but I just can't remember a damn thing about that movie.
He's great in that. And so in this movie, John Boyega is playing his son. So that's all you need to know. That's about it.
So they show an elder Idris Elba in the movie?
They might. Yeah, they might. He's not in the movie, like he's not in the cast.
Oh.
But yeah.
Okay.
They might. Okay. So anyway, that's a Pacific Rim 2 Uprising.
It's
There
a
we
thing.
go. We don't. I didn't need this movie, but sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm just waiting for the
What
clock.
number-
I'm
what
waiting
num-
for the clock to run out so I can just hear
It
it.
has
What
run.
number? Oh. Guess we're paying royalties
we
to
have to,
Nintendo.
yeah,
no?
we have to pay. That's on you guys.
Wait. So
what?
how many are we in so far?
Too many.
All right. So let's take a short break, and we'll come back and do the next films, the next set of films.
Cool. You want to go to the canteen?
Yeah. Tuck Shop.
Hi, I'm Amit Verma, the host of the weekly podcast The Seen and the Unseen. In my show, I examine the seen effects and the unintended consequences of public policy and private action. I show how policies meant to help the poor often end up hurting the poor. I've done episodes so far on demonetization, GST, surgical strikes, immigration and MRP. And I will continue my forensic assault on the truth in the weeks to come.
Catch the show every Monday on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app that you prefer. Or visit seenunseen.in for all the latest updates.
Hey, welcome back. It's a podcast. Go.
All right, so we're talking about the summer movies which are coming out like very, very soon, and we've gone through a few movies. Just a question before we get into the remaining. How many of these movies have we been meh about, and how many have we been genuinely excited about?
Here we go. Avengers.
You mean the ones we already
ones
discussed?
we've already
The ones
talked about,
covered,
right?
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So Avengers, woo. Solo, woo. Deadpool, all right. Incredibles 2, woo. Ready Player One, we skipped Ready Player One.
Oh, let's do that.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
get there.
Okay.
Jurassic World 2.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim. And then we will see.
Oh, okay, so
about
it's
the rest.
pretty even.
We're halfway through.
Oh, it's even
And we're-
right now. Okay, not bad.
The only woos are Avengers, Solo, and Incredibles
Okay.
so far.
All right. Yeah, that's good.
3 out of 5. Okay, so as we said, start the clock. Ready Player One.
Yep.
What do you think?
So I just saw the trailer today. It's called the Dreamers trailer. So if you've read the book by Ernest Cline, I read it, and while it's a super popular book, as you keep reading it, you realize, is this just the greatest fan fiction of all time? Because the story is really about a world in the future where it's like the world is, it's like a post kind of apocalypse. Yeah, it's a dystopian
yeah.
future. But there's this virtual world, something similar to the Matrix, called the Oasis. And in the Oasis, you can create anything. And so the book really thrives on pop culture references, right? So it's got references from like everything from Sonic the Hedgehog to the Iron Giant to Back to the Future, and like in the book he references all of them. Now that Spielberg was directing this movie, he said, I'm not going to include any of the references which are from my own movies because that just feels super inflated and, and like weird. So he's moved those, but they're still, chock full of them. And the book really just comes across as really good fan fiction.
Have you read the whole?
I have read the book.
okay.
Yeah. So I like the book. It's okay. The book is alright,
Sure.
but it's super popular, and which is why this movie is being made. I saw the trailer and I thought to myself, wow, if anything could be elevated from its source material to another level,
To be better than the source.
it's probably this, because it's in the very capable hands of Steven. So I think, and the trailer looks insane.
It looked
It
great.
looks really
It did look
impressive.
cool. I'll give it a woo.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't read the book, and I know it's come up a bunch ever
Yeah.
since we heard it was being made. Like, it's every couple of months somebody somewhere always mentioned, we just name drop that this movie was coming out and how excited everybody was.
I think specifically because it's Spielberg, though.
Yeah, I mean, obviously
Yeah.
I'll watch anything he does, but I think this could be great. I liked the premise. It was cool.
I mean, the premise
Yeah.
is fine. I think the
fine.
movie could be cool. It could be like a better, it's like an Avatar looking ish.
Exactly,
like
it's
pop
very,
culture Avatar.
very,
right?
very Avatar.
Yeah.
And it's
Even
like,
the design, the
Yeah,
CGI
yeah.
is kind of similar,
Yeah.
but it looks great. Apparently, it'll be
just-
solid in IMAX and 3D.
All I'm cautiously optimistic for in hoping for is that Spielberg knows what he's doing, and that he's not going to let a movie just be cool.
Yeah, exactly.
It needs
Some
to be
depth,
smart. It
some
has
depth.
to.
Man,
like,
that guy's knocking it out of the
sit.
park. Okay, so he shot this movie first, and then he shot the post, and the post came out first. And then-
So the trailer of
because the poster in
Post
this
on
movie
Exactly.
is too
Yeah.
much.
So the trailer of this movie actually came out more than a year back. If
They
I
did a
remember.
teaser, yeah, they did a teaser.
And I randomly watched it when I was watching something, and then I didn't pay much attention.
Yeah.
It did look interesting, but I didn't
Yeah.
pay much attention.
It's like
And
one of
then-
those Gulshan Kumar
Yeah.
films, where they shoot a film like 5 years ago and then 10 years later it comes out or something. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is his boyhood, basically.
So
Yeah,
I
it
watched
could
the
be.
trailer again when I was watching a movie in the theater,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Wow, this like because of the whole visual effects and the whole cinematic
No, yeah,
experience." it
definitely. I
was-
think the IMAX 3D or not at all.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
this kind of movie. I hope it's good. Spielberg is this is a
Yeah.
Spielberg
It's gonna
film.
be.
I
Yeah.
also have to mention that it had a lot of Black Mirror feels to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as in
Oh, nice, I didn't think
the
about
first scene of the movie is the trailer. Sorry, is there's this people are living in these
The stacks.
junk.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
Stacks,
an
yeah.
overcrowded junkyard, and
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no place to go, and that's why they have the escape, the oasis.
Exactly, that's the big
Yeah.
part of the book. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's trying to escape
So-
this place called the Stacks because
Yeah.
he's just So that's his literal escape. So yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I dig it. I just Man, did you watch the post?
No, not yet.
That's good.
I know. I'll get there.
That's good.
I will
It's
get there.
it's kind of like it's a Spielberg spotlight, basically.
Like I said, I just something about the Oscars, man. Like I just You're
fired. Every
What?
time Jishnu
Wait,
wants
what?
to...
What was that?
I think that was Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Did you say? Wait, play that again.
It's something you'd know. you're fired.
I'm gonna guess. Is it celebrity or is it regular? Because then I want to wager a guess who he's firing.
What?
No, I could do this.
He says this all the time.
There are only 1 out of like 60 people. Is
No
it
idea.
is it normal? Is it a famous person? Who is that? I don't know who that guy is. Okay, fine. But, well, there goes that.
Let's just say it's celebrity.
I was just hoping it was Meatloaf. Because that was we've discussed this,
we
right?
have.
Like, guys,
That's
for
your guilty pleasure.
For all his flaws, The Celebrity Apprentice was hilarious. I will.
That's
say.
your guilt. I watch Shark Tank like
It's
too
the
much.
same
Shark
thing.
Tank.
It's the same thing, but just yours is far more credible than mine.
Yeah, dude, I love Shark Tank. I make no qualms about it.
There's very few things in life quite as amusing as watching B and C grade celebrities just clawing at anything they can do to like stay relevant and come
funny.
back into it, man.
Oh god.
Watching Meatloaf and Little John like get in an argument.
It's that.
I felt like I did acid that
I
day.
think
It was great.
Chris Rock or I think Dave Chappelle in one of their specials said this thing. He's just like, yeah, that it was the time I was not focusing on my career and I got a call from Dancing with the Stars saying, hey, will you be on? And he put down the phone. He's like, no, not yet.
Yeah, I saw that.
Not yet.
Not there yet.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
do we have next?
All right, so let's move
Look
on.
at her keeping us on track. Moving on to Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ooh. So,
I like it.
Yeah, the trailer, again, didn't do much.
Good
but
to see the Wasp.
It's great.
Straight up, first
Very
off.
cool to see the Wasp. Great to see that Hank Pym is back in what seems like a pretty big enough role. I was kind of worried that he'd be sort of written out,
Sidelined,
sidelined.
yeah.
But it looks like he's going to play a big part, which is great.
Because
What?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm
that's
so excited.
That's going to be all kinds of badass.
Did you read this one thing that Jon Favreau was saying? I can't remember, Entertainment Weekly. Something. He's basically saying in the 10-year anniversary thing of, and he's like, who is like, because you have such a huge cast, who has been like the biggest star that you've been starstruck by?
Right.
He's just like, dude. I know we work with some really, really amazing talent, but the moment Michelle Pfeiffer was on set, it was just like, wow, like this is a star we're working with right now. So that's great. Like I'm really excited about that.
I'm still holding on to the hope for Jackie Chan. But Guardians 3, man. It's
Yeah,
gotta
man,
happen.
we should
Anyway.
Mark Hamill, Jackie Chan, send it.
Yeah.
Send it all. Yeah.
So the main reason I'm excited is just because of where it's sitting in the release
I was
plan.
just gonna say that. Yeah.
Because
How
it's
interesting
going
is that?
from Avengers 3 to Ant-Man to Avengers 4. So something big, no pun intended, better happen.
Do you
in
think
Ant-Man.
this is set before that though?
I don't know.
It
And
possibly could be.
It could be, couldn't, whatever. But the thing is, Ant-Man hasn't been in any of the publicity so far. Like I said,
that we can see.
I mean, there is a trailer that's come out by the time this episode's released. This
Yeah.
podcast episode is released. There will
Yeah.
have been a new trailer which might show Ant-Man, and then boom,
true.
everything I'm about to say
But
is
we won't know.
redundant. But at this point in time, he is not shown in Infinity War. I don't know if he's in it. I'm guessing he will be.
Yeah, of course he is.
But how big a role? Who knows? Whatever. So
How big?
so I'm excited just to delve more into the quantum realm because that was
That's
only
the good thing they have.
that was the only letdown, major letdown from the first movie was that they teased the quantum realm and it was like I was so into it. The minute he went into
Yeah.
the quantum realm, it
Yeah.
was so exciting.
Yeah.
I was like literally edge of my seats. Like
Agreed.
it was basically MCU going cosmic before MCU went cosmic. It was
Yeah.
like that.
It's like his
that-
own little universe, literally.
Yeah, it was like that incredibly sharp left turn, which they took with Guardians.
Yeah.
But that sharp left turn within a movie that seems like the most run of the mill, basic, homegrown kind of a thing.
But I think that I think the Ant-Man series has two things going for it. One is, definitely the quantum realm is like a space that is unexplored, literally, and it'll be really nice if they could do more in that.
Yeah.
And the second thing, I do like this whole thing that, he's a father and he's like this dad, right? And like, that's like, it's a very...
him and Hawkeye have that in common.
Yeah, but Hawkeye is kind of like still a more level-headed guy. This guy's not level-headed, and he's kind of figuring that out, right?
Sure.
Like Hawkeye is like
He's
this
the adult.
responsible
Yeah.
guy, and I dig that. But I feel like Ant-Man's thing is that out of all the Avengers who are very self-obsessed and very like it's all about me, this guy is the one guy who's just like literally his whole life is revolving around his daughter. So I think that's really cool, and I think that will be I hope that's the thing of the second movie as well. I mean, like I hope that's a big part of it.
Also, Michael Pena.
Yeah, goes without saying.
Yeah.
Wow, we
Wow.
did it before team. Say no more.
Amazing. All right. Next up is Ocean's 8. So this is Bridesmaids / female Ghostbusters.
Don't do that.
That's all I'm seeing it as because nobody has been thinking about.
Why?
Nobody's been thinking about the Ocean series. I'm excited because both those movies I enjoyed very much.
You may be right, actually.
This movie, cast-wise, again, looks great, but
You think you're doing it just because this is an interesting way of doing it?
It's just the new thing to do. It's now like it's becoming a trend. This is now that they've done it 3 times back to back like this. Big star-studded cast, all-female comedy, which is just a totally random concept, either one that is nobody's asked for or one that has been forgotten.
It was part of the story, right? Like,
what do you mean?
Like Bridesmaids, it literally is called Bridesmaids. It has to be an all-female cast. Mostly, right?
Bridesmaids was. I'm not saying Bridesmaids was bad in any respect.
Yeah.
Bridesmaids was great.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters was pretty good.
Still not seen it. Damn.
It was very pretty good. I'll put it that way.
Very pretty good.
This one looks fine. It looks fun, like all the Bridesmaids and Ghostbusters, and anything that I've seen any of these people in recently has had me at the equal level of excitement of just like, this should be fun because so and so's in it, but I have no major investment in this movie.
How about we ask the lady?
I am pretty excited because...
Boom! There you go. All your comments are nullified.
Well done.
Nothing matters.
Oh, I feel the cast is super interesting, especially all of them coming together. It's such an eclectic mix of...
Boom! There you go.
People.
That's why it exists, because like it's awesome for... I guess
so it's not the story. It's just the cast. They're just selling the fact that these people are together, which is fine because I'm sure it'll be
I'm sure
good.
they can write a good story
Exactly.
around it. Yeah,
so that's the thing. So they're just building on an old property that nobody has been talking about in God knows how long.
Well, yeah. I mean, so for example,
like
most movies
Ghostbusters, right?
Yeah.
The same thing. Like that, seeing that cast come together, great. But like nobody's been talking.
But
about
most
Ghostbusters.
movies are like super male dominated, and for what reason, right? Inclusion Rider, what this one said at the Oscars. It's like you need to have
by
50%,
all means. But
yeah.
Bridesmaids worked because Bridesmaids was just a really good story that happened to have these people in it. The Ghostbusters thing was, like I said, very pretty okay because they're encroaching upon something that we already have an attachment to. And
That's
same
to
with
sell
Ocean's
it,
8.
yeah.
Same with Ocean's 8. Like they could have just made a random heist movie.
I mean,
they could have made Baby Driver, but with an all-female cast.
Or I mean,
like an original story.
I agree,
Yeah.
but
I think
like,
maybe this movie will lead to movies like Baby Driver
yeah,
having
this
an
one is
all-female
yeah,
cast.
exactly. This movie it's easier to pitch this movie to a studio because it's an existing franchise, and we know we'll get butts and seats regardless, right? Like everyone's going to watch this movie, right? And that's a good like stepping stone. I mean, maybe they don't have the fortitude of what Marvel is doing to kind of just do an all-black cast, just without any precedent, just going for it, right? But this is cool. Like the fact that they're doing something like this, it could. You're right. It could lead to more movies just doing original concepts and stuff
That's
like
the
that.
hope. I just don't want to see more random franchises getting resurrected, but with a female twist. But that's fine. Keep the female everything. You don't need a twist, and you don't need the franchise. So
Okay,
all right. It's
fair
like
enough.
why is it Ocean's 8? Why not just 8?
Well,
it's just 8 because there are 8 of them.
But then
And see what happens.
It's part of the same thing. Okay, there we go. All right.
Is that
It was...
So,
one more time? One more
Crazy
time.
Frog.
No, it wasn't Crazy Frog. That was
I don't know.
was that a human laugh? No.
It's like a pitch shifted Mandark. Oh god, this is
Wow, this
so
is going.
long.
Jesus.
Have you been pausing them like prematurely? Like
No, I just click on it and it plays.
What the
technology.
hell was that?
Funny buzzer sound effects. It's a playlist.
Ah, yes. Okay. Cool.
all right, so
Well then.
moving on. So wait, are we good about Ocean's 8? I'm excited. Ish.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Exactly. Ish. Very ish.
Actually, you know what? It's probably because the Oceans franchise itself wasn't spectacular. The first one was
that's
great.
what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I just don't care about Oceans. Why is it Oceans?
The original Oceans with Frank Sinatra.
All right. Fine.
right.
I will stay quiet. You have 3 minutes. Talk to me about Skyscraper. Go.
Okay, it's time for one man to rule the box office yet again. It's Skyscraper is an original concept movie. This is how Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson explains it, and he's very proud of this. I do like this about The Rock is that he keeps making movies which are not like franchises. Like obviously he has the big franchise thing, but he also has his original stuff. And so anyway, this movie is hilarious. Okay, it's a movie about the biggest skyscraper in the world, and he's like a security guy who used to be in the army. He's an amputee. He doesn't have one leg, but in the trailer, he makes a jump from a crane, which is like about 60 stories high, to the building, which is about a good like 200, 300 meters away, and he runs with his prosthetic leg on the crane because he's being chased, and he jumps And just as he does not reach the building, the trailer cuts short.
You know, this sounds a lot like they're inspired by some South Indian
Yeah.
films.
Oh, yes, definitely. He would have made the jump easily. Like in that, he could have done it like in a wheelchair and just done it. But like
Yeah.
this one is like it's insane. I really love The Rock, so it's great. And this movie is going to be hilarious regardless. I don't know if you saw San Andreas. Did you watch that movie?
No.
No. Okay. Anyway, so that was another original concept movie.
So actually, what you just described is also the poster of the movie.
What did he say?
The one where he's jumping.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
the-
and it's
that's
so
all.
funny on Twitter, right? All these physicists or whatever, these guys who are
Physiotherapists.
no, like physicists, okay, or whatever,
Okay.
scientists.
Huh.
They did like mathematics, like they added a parabola to his jump, and everyone tried to prove how it's not possible that he will make this jump. And then, like, obviously, Twitter and Reddit took over, and they just made it really funny and added memes and stuff. But anyway, I'm really excited about Skyscraper. Only because of The Rock. And yeah, I will watch anything that he's in, pretty much. That's the power of the star.
Cool.
You've not seen the trailer, right?
End scene.
No,
Cool.
you've not seen
Let's
the
move
trailer.
on. I did. I can't, like, I saw it, I don't know, like, a couple months ago, whenever it came out.
It came
Feels
out
like it was a
recent-
while ago.
month and a half.
Yeah,
ago.
all I remember is, yes, there's a skyscraper and he jumps off it.
Yeah,
That's about it.
It's superb.
So, yeah.
It's a hit before it comes out.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Okay, I have some beef with the direction we're heading in. So between this guy and the
We started off with
NBA
animal
thingy-
sounds.
Well, no, we started off with like the get hype music for like a sporting event, and then this thing, like, this is mixed signals. Like, should I keep going?
Yeah.
Should we do more? Because I thought we were gonna like stop. This is very emotionally confusing and draining.
This means move on to the next movie.
Yeah. Which is the next movie, Jishnu?
Speaking of jumping, Mission Impossible.
Oh
5
my
million.
god. It's Mission Impossible 5 Fallout, okay? How many movies have you seen, Janam? None.
What?
None?
Wait, not even the first one?
Not even the first one?
No.
Okay. Jishnu?
All of them.
All of them, right? All right. Also, this is Mission Impossible 6, sorry. Yeah.
This is 6?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it's Mission Impossible 1, the one with the dun, dun, okay, that's hanging.
With the what?
The dum 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 the doo 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 dum. It's the
And
the
then
original, right?
And then the hanging. Okay.
Okay, and then the
Yeah.
hanging. Okay, the second one is the bad one. That's the bad Mission Impossible, the one with the Dougray Scott.
The ones you wished disappeared.
Yeah, very good. Metallica soundtrack.
oh.
And Limp Bizkit, let's not forget. Mission Impossible 3 was J.J. Abrams. That's the
one
one
was
with
that?
Philip Seymour Hoffman and the
What
Rabbit's
was-
Foot.
what was it called?
Really good. It's just called Mission Impossible 3.
Can't remember.
Very
that,
good
but-
movie.
All right.
Mission Impossible, and this is where the Mission Impossible series starts getting better and better with each.
Yeah.
In,
What was,
you know,
what was
it's,
4 called?
it's just called Mission Impossible 4. That's it.
Really?
No, it's called. No, sorry.
No, it had a name.
It's got a name. It's called Mission Impossible.
It's got a name. Cool.
Oh my god, I can't believe
Was this the
next
one with
is
Anil
Rogue-
Kapoor?
It's called something. Damn it! How do I not know this? This is destroying me inside. Okay, but the Mission Impossible 5 is called Rogue Nation.
That's the one with Anil Kapoor.
No, Mission Impossible 4 is with
4
Anil
has Anil
Kapoor.
Kapoor.
Yeah.
Ghost Protocol.
Ghost Protocol, thank you
Yeah.
so much. So Ghost Protocol is basically when the story starts becoming more and more cohesive. Now, all 3 movies are kind of interconnected, like the last 4, like the last
Yeah.
3 have been. So
Okay, so I can't just watch this without watching the.
if you have to
previous
watch
one.
them at all, watch it from. Man, you gotta
wa-
watch all of them, man.
All right, you
It's
gotta
so
go.
good.
You should just skip
Skip
2
two,
and skip
skip
2.
two.
Just do 1, 3, 4, 5,
You
6.
can even skip. You can even skip 3.
You really could,
Okay.
yeah.
But that's where he finds his love of his life,
Ah,
which is Michelle
yeah,
Monaghan, and she's back in this movie.
Why don't you sell me the whole Mission Impossible franchise?
So Mission
because I've
No, we
never-
can't because it's impossible.
Okay, this is your mission. Should you choose to
Guys,
accept? Okay,
made
so
it funny.
basically, Mission Impossible used to be a TV series. Okay, which is about this thing called the Impossible Mission Foundation, the IMF. Okay, it's like the American MI6 or whatever, right?
Okay.
And so basically, these guys operate under like complete, like it's like a black op and stuff, and it's led by one guy. The group leader is this guy called Ethan Hunt, which now Tom Cruise plays in the movies, obviously.
Right.
And it's just basically it's just action movies, man. But the action this is like Tom Cruise's like life work. Okay, these are some of the best stunt work and everything, like done in films ever. And like he does all of the stunts himself.
Wow.
If you've seen the last movie which came out, Rogue Nation, the first scene is him hanging outside a plane as it takes off, and he actually did that. He is outside a plane hanging on while it took off. Like, it's insane. Like, some of the stunts. Then the one on the Burj Khalifa, where he was actually outside on, like, the 100th floor or something on the outside.
The question was, explain the movies.
The movies, I mean, they have...
No,
You
they
can't
don't
explain.
They just sell the concept.
The concept that our mission's taken upon by the
Right.
IMF. That's it. And
No, but I do find this fact interesting that he
does all the
stunts himself.
And in this movie,
Yeah.
he learned how to fly a helicopter, and he was hanging from a helicopter without a pilot in the
Just on
middle.
a cable.
It's insane. It's-
Basically, the thing is, it's a spy movie
Yeah.
franchise about espionage and all that fun stuff. So sneaking around and la la la, with a bunch of really cool action set pieces. And lately, basically since Mission Impossible 4
yeah.
onwards,
Yeah.
the whole marketing shtick has been, hey, this
Yeah.
dude is super legit. He is basically doing it old school, like how like Jackie Chan
Yeah,
would do
exactly.
every stunt himself.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan. Now Tom Cruise is trying to like enter
But
that
no, but
pantheon,
Tom
and he
Cruise
totally
has
has.
always- he's
and
always
he is
been
in that
doing it. Yeah,
pantheon.
yeah.
And so like that, but that's honestly the main selling point
Yeah,
of these films.
definitely.
Like the story is cool.
The stories
It's-
are great,
it's-
actually. I love how she's paying attention to you, and then she's also like,
yeah,
click.
it's like, it's like your face
doing my
is
job.
nodding, but your eyes are empty and dark and just all full of lies.
Basically, Janam, watch 4 onwards. You'll be impressed. It's really, really
So
good.
I'll skip the first 3.
I'd say watch the first
Watch
one.
the first
one,
one is where it sets it up.
yeah, like you
Yeah.
get to meet
So 1,
him
4,
properly.
5, 6.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's good. And yeah, it's a great cast. Simon Pegg has been writing these movies, so excited. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm excited. Let's move on. Oh, and sorry, this is the movie that Henry Cavill could not shave his mustache off for.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which is why Justice League is even worse than it is.
What it is. All right.
All right, let's move on.
So-
What's the last one?
Rampage.
Rampage.
So
What do I even
once
say about
again,
this movie?
I will keep quiet. 3, 2, 1, go.
Rampage. It's based on the original game, which Donkey Kong. Have you
Yeah.
heard of Donkey Kong? Yeah, so that's basically that's the original game. Rampage was when Donkey Kong is the villain and Mario was the hero, and then they got split into their separate games.
And this is again Dwayne Johnson, right?
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson, and in this movie, I swear, it's Dwayne Johnson with his friend George, the albino, oversized gorilla, and he's fighting Godzilla and Mothra type creatures
Okay.
with like an assault rifle and George, the albino gorilla. And that's the story of Rampage. And he's been doing some funny marketing for it, which is on Conan. That's about it. But it's funny and it's good. And like I said, I'll watch anything that Dwayne Johnson is in. And that's how it is. Yeah. All right, moving on. Are we done with all the movies then?
That's about it.
All right.
That's
just summer?
that's just the
Jesus
summer.
Christ. All
We
right.
haven't touched Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, that comes
yet.
out. That comes out
Yeah.
later in the
I
year.
know.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
probably
fine.
do another episode with this.
Yikes.
Venom.
Venom, sure. Yeah,
Right?
sorry.
Did you see that
I did.
teaser? Whatever thing that was,
I don't know how they convinced Tom Hardy to do it. There must be a really good script.
with a lot of zeros.
Oh, sorry, that. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's Sony. Who am I
Yeah,
thinking?
yeah.
Anyway. Right.
Anywho,
Yeah.
cool. So these are movies. These are thoughts we have on them in 3 minutes or less. I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
That is all.
Any final any thoughts?
None whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, basically
Okay, if you had to pick one movie out of all the ones we picked, we
well,
discussed.
Avengers,
Solo.
surely.
Yeah,
I mean,
like that's the one you're most excited to watch.
Oh, out of
Yeah.
all of these,
Solo.
see, the thing is that I'm excited about Solo because I don't know what it's gonna be. Avengers, we
Right.
know it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess Solo makes sense. What are the other movies we named? Ready Player One.
Yeah, I think
Out
I
of all
would
of
pick
these-
Ready Player One because that's looks something different from
It's
what's-
new, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
new.
Janam, how many Star Wars movies have you watched?
All
This-
of them, not all.
Yeah.
I've actually seen all.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen
like the 4, 5, 6?
the
Sorry,
classic trilogy? Yeah.
Yeah, 4, 5. I started with 4, 5, 6. The 1, 2, 3. I snoozed in between while watching that.
Okay.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I watched Last Jedi. I watched
Force Awakens.
Rogue One. Yeah, Force Awakens.
Okay.
Rogue
Oh,
One.
fine. So you are caught up.
You're caught
Yeah,
up with
Okay.
So Solo Solo has nothing to do with it, but you need to know the character
Yeah.
to know.
Just want to get
Motivations.
gauge your hype level.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound very high, but cool. That's fine.
No, yeah, so I'm excited. Cool. Let's do this. Let's go to the movies. If you guys have any thoughts on any of these movies, please let us know. You can mail us, contact geekfruit@gmail.com. And you can find us on all social media. That's at GeekFruitHQ. What are we on Twitter, Jishnu?
We are at Thinks.
Yeah. Cool. Right. So at GeekFruitHQ as well. Yeah, that's our episode. Thank you, Janam, for those timely buzzers.
Thank you for having me.
And a variety of sound effects. And for your thoughts. Jishnu, thank you. All right, this is great.
You're most welcome.
All right. Bye, everybody.
As you can see, we have a podcast listener in his natural habitat. Millions of years of evolution have led him to this point. He's on his way to work, and listening to podcasts makes his miserable day better. He will now head to work and use all his knowledge to communicate with other colleagues and possibly future mates. You can find more of his species on ivmpodcasts.com, your one-stop destination where you can check out all the coolest Indian podcasts. Happy listening.